So we open with Martin wondering what's going on with his parents because last time he checked they were divorced, but they're like, everything's fine and we're just not focusing on the negative and we're just friends. Ted also is able to talk about the campaign and he cautions him about withholding things from Smitty so they don't end up in a bad place again. Eva is inviting her mom out to lunch when, surprise, Leslie's right there at the scene of the crime, the club where she blew up Ted and Nicole's marriage 1 year ago today. Eva wants to go to Orphe Jean's to avoid any drama, and Leslie has no regrets. She justifies her actions by saying, I was giving you the life that you should have had years ago. Kat recognizes Lia Whitmore on Tomas's list of Lynette's victims, and Kat offers to go over to the hospital to talk to Lia since they already have an established relationship. Kat arrives and Leah's like, who are you here to see? Your mother, your father, or his latest girlfriend? Girl, what? So Kat is talking to Lia about Lynette and telling her how she disappeared, and she's asking how, she feels about everything since Lynette cleaned out her investment account. Leah's like, I don't know anything about that, and I don't have any information for you. Oh, she disappeared. That's news to me, and goodbye. So Shanice is venting to Nicole about her latest run-in with Leslie, and she totally forgets that today was Ted and Nicole's anniversary. So Kat is also there to take her to lunch, and they head out, and Shanice is totally mortified. Vernon visits Bill to talk about the Martin campaign situation, and Bill does not agree with Martin running. He thinks he's too reckless, and he thinks that Vernon is coddling him. But he's going to stick by Vernon's side no matter what. Next, we see Tomas getting chewed out by Bill because he allowed Kat to go investigate Lia. And Bill was like, my niece is not on my payroll and this is dangerous. She does not need to be involved in this. So, of course, Nicole, Kat, Leslie, and Eva have a run-in. Leslie's like, you should be thanking me for exposing your liar of a husband. And Nicole was like, well, I would have sent you a thank you, but your house is not being built anymore. And then they go off. Leslie says, put everything on my tab, but then she grabs a waiter before she heads out and says, if Nicole tries to charge anything to my account, deny it. Greyson is still at Ashley's trying to mend up when he gets a phone call from Jacob. He's like, I need to see you and we need to talk about this Ren situation because he's gone radio silent. Ashley is so confused and she wants to know what is going on. So she meets up with Naomi and starts telling her everything. Ashley's thinking about how nervous Greyson was when Max was stabbed, and she lets it slip that we can ask Smitty about Max because he was Max's emergency contact, and Naomi was like, what? So Naomi and Ashley are teaming up to do a little digging into this situation. Meanwhile, Greyson is about to tell Jacob who his contact is at the hospital when he gets a text and he can see that someone is watching Ashley. So he clams up and he says he has to go. And Jacob is like, man, we were almost there. See you guys on Thursday. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.